Thanatos?
It's buzzing in the air.
Friend of yours?
Yep. It is large too. So if you'll give me a second to drop in the token here.
It's got fucking safe. Fucking claws.
I take it it's bearing over us aggressively and it's about to attack us.
That's what I said. It's
shit.
Scyther.
It's an ugly Scyther, yes.
Okay, yep, so there it is. Mika's eyes lock onto it and she pales again. It's the Galterix! And it's the four mandibles that surround its mouth sort of peel back like the predator, and a bunch of teeth that were under it in a sort of circular shape suddenly twitch and split open, and this guttural, warbly roar emits out just.
Ugly motherfucker.
Alistair,
Alistair.
Alistair, you're on protecting that chocobo. I'm going to try and aim for that thing's wings and bring it to
Thanatos, set that fucker on fire.
Yeah, if you want me to set the whole forest on fire along with it.
No, just aim for the fucking thing.
As long as it's still in the air, if you can burn its gossamer wings.
Yes.
It'll be quite fragile.
Burn its freaking wings. Make it weak or something.
All right. But
we need to move this chocobo.
Combat begins.
Combat begins.
Game Master?
Yep.
There you go.
Alright, I'm going to take an aim
or do we start?
You start. Rocket roll high enough on her awareness to see it, so it does not get the jump on you.
Alright. Me, aim for the wings.
So what I'm doing 2d6 plus 24. Actually, is that attack or no?
So you gotta do accuracy first.
Yeah, accuracy is 2d6 plus 3.
I will not see another dead chocobo. No. Not on my watch.
8. That's not enough. From your position, from the position perched on the branch, you fire off the shot. The Galtrix's crimson eyes lock onto the bolt, and it suddenly just like darts to one side, and the bolt goes zooping past. Just zoop, bunks into its
thing's fast. See if it can dodge fire.
All right.
Damn it!
I'm gonna take a fucking shot at this fucker.
All right.
And
ashes. Yay! That's a lot of damage.
That's 5 MP for a fire spell.
Alright, give me just a second here. So, fire 30. Then, calculator.
Please tell me this thing is vulnerable to fire. It's a fucking bug.
I was gonna say, it is a bug, but at least... I mean, even if its body's quite resistant, the wings shouldn't be. A gossamer.
Right, so you lift the vermilion edge, a fire spell forms on the tip and shoots off, strikes against the Galtrix's side as it's coming out of its dart and explodes across it, and it shrieks and thrashes in the air. It clearly did not like that.
So is that double damage to the weakness?
You can only assume so.
Alright. It doesn't like fire, guys.
Does the blessed thing fall, or does this remain in the air?
It remains in the air.
Damn!
Yeah, ground attacks aren't going to work. Unless
Mika?
Rocket can jump up at it.
I wouldn't advise that. Mika? Do you have anything that could do some damage to that beast?
You still have your swords, don't you? Of the arrow spell.
I generally speaking have Mika go last in the turn order, so that you guys can sort of do your things.
So,
well, I'm trying to get the chocobo out of there because.
But if you want to give her instructions, then sure.
Oh, she's only the only one that can hit the damn thing, so yes.
All right.
I'm not gonna freaking heal it. That'd be stupid.
All right.
Yeah, please don't.
Yeah, Mika's going to step forward, flip open her book, put her hand on it, and let me look at her list of spells here.
Maybe you can use a wind spell and knock it out of the sky.
You know, I could have gone for a wind spell, but no, I went for a spell that heals you from your little hangovers.
All right, so here's what happens. Mika is going to cast Arrow.
Cool.
And
yes.
So the gust of wind is going to rise up around her. Her coat is going to billow in the wind. Her hair is going to whip around. Here. So what is 8 times 3?
24.
So, here's what happens. She sends the gust out. It flies forward and washes over the Galterix, and it pushes against the wind, and you see like sparks flying off of its carapace. But when the gale passes, it does not seem to have sustained any damage. And it just snarls angrily.
It's immune to wind magic. Lovely.
Great. We just pissed it off. Rocket, trying to get your friend off the ground. I need to cover Mika. The thing's gonna come for her next.
You want me to help the chocobo flee?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of drag it.
More better chance.
Yeah, kind of drag it back.
You can't hit it while it's in the air.
Do I need to roll
I need
for
to.
that?
I need to cover Mika.
Rocket, go ahead and roll me a negotiation check to try and convey to this chocobo to get up and run.
Let's see if I even have negotiation. Nope.
That's just 2d6.
Acting. Mm. Please be good. Please be good. Come on. Come on. Is that enough?
Oh yeah, definitely. Rocket, you kind of you turn towards the thing and you start like giving off the warning shrieks that you're familiar with, and the chocobo's instincts immediately kick in, and with its wounds more or less healed, it quickly scrambles back to its talons, turns and just starts sprinting to the north. And for some reason, I made it part of the map instead of the token layer. So there we go. All right, it goes sprinting off in this direction. Anyone else have anything else they're doing this round?
I mean,
Like I said, I'm gonna cover Mika.
Was a Rocket and Alice here can't really do anything to it while it's in the air.
All right, well.
Don't worry, Mika. I got your back.
Well, if that's the case, it is going to be the Galterix's turn now. And it is going to set its eyes on you, Thanatos.
Bring it on, bitch.
You're wrong.
So its wings buzz into motion and it flies right up to you.
Well, it makes sense. Mika didn't do anything to it, and I'm the one that kind of set it on fire, so it's probably pissed.
Yeah, but it did look angry at her, so that's why I just took my chance to cover her just in case.
Yeah, but it didn't hurt. Mine did.
Hey, look, your no damage streak is about to end.
There you go. Bring it on, bitch.
I mean, you'd be able to hold them off a bit more better, I think. You got my hit points.
All right, so
I've got heavy armor, so yeah, let's just see how much damage this fucker does.
well, first it needs to hit you. What's your avoidance?
Nah. God damn it. Why won't this fucking thing work? Alright. Forgive me, I had my character sheet on my laptop and it decided to go to sleep mode. Fuck off. Avoidance 5.
Well, the sucker definitely hits you.
Bring it on, bitch.
All right, so the Galtrix
Careful.
comes. So the Galtrix's mandibles suddenly peel back as it's approaching. Its giant wings buffeting the air, forcing you like lift your arms up to cover your face. And in that brief moment of weakness, of not being immediately on the defensive, it suddenly lurches down with its mandibles and clamps them down on your forearms. What is your armor?
12.
Woo!
So it deals a total.
Oh!
So it deals a total of 16 points of damage to you. And
That is a critical
so
fail. Damn.
Tis but a scratch.
Now here's the thing. As its mandibles are sort of digging into your forearms, they're not digging in that deep. You do, however, start to feel a burning sensation. I need you to make an opposed force check.
And Allison is just complaining about Poisona.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, let's see if it can.
Hey!
Alright, so you quickly shove it off and focus for a bit, and you're just able to suppress the poison and fight it off before it takes effect. So you manage to avoid becoming poisoned.
Lovely.
Brilliant.
So yeah, what was that about Poisona being useless, Allison?
Well, you managed to fight it off, so you don't need it now, do you?
Also, to go to your other point, you saying, "Oh, I got it to help hangovers." No, you got it to save your own ass from being poisoned by the bloody high snoggman.
True.
All right.
Alright.
So then, that is its turn. It's going to drift back a little bit. Back to everyone else.
Alright.
Scorch it again.
Nee, do you want to shoot? Try another shot at it, or do you want me to just burn it?
Missed.
Oh yeah,
Fuck.
definitely. Yep. As it's sort of drifting back after plunging its mandibles into Thanatos' forearms, your bolt just kind of zips right in front of it.
A little off your game today, Nee.
Shut up. It's the dice.
Yes. All right, I'ma burn it.
I'm gonna burn it.
I'ma burn it to fuck.
Well, good if it crashes to the ground.
37.
Kick the living shit out of it. Smash it to oblivion.
Alright, so. Again, you lift the vermilion edge and you fire off the spell. Explodes across its front. You actually see its chitin and carapace starting to like crack and split open as the searing heat scorch over its body, and it roars at you again.
That's what you get for fucking biting me, asshole.
Is it grounded or still flying?
It's still flying.
God damn it! Persistent bug!
I mean, it's pretty low to the ground. You could hit it with a melee attack if you wanted to.
Rocket?
Okay.
You want to charge up and weaken its chitin even more?
You roll
Take it.
accuracy, right?
Yep, you gotta roll accuracy.
Okay.
I think
What's
you
this
need
thing's
a 9.
avoidance?
You have to sort of deduce that for yourselves.
I missed on 8, so I assume we need a 9. Oh, that's it.
Or it's at least a 9, so... Come on, Rocket. Come on, Rocket. Come on, Rocket.
You can do it! We believe in you! Mighty Chocobo.
Yes!
All right,
Yeah!
That definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Kick it
Okay.
right in its ugly face. And I'm still going to cover Mika, I think.
I mean, it's obviously not going for Mika. It's pissed at me.
It would be a waste of a healing spell to put on you just yet because you're in good shape for now.
Indeed.
All right, so
Do you have that tier 2 staff yet?
Hmm?
Do you have that tier 2 staff yet?
No, we haven't found anybody who knows magical shit.
And that
Like I said,
stay back because you're
Alright,
going to be.
alright.
Academy.
okay, so Rocket, seeing this thing, rearing from Thanatos' flames, and seeing your chocobo buddy, safely vacating the area, you take the opportunity and you come sprinting in. You jump up and you clamp your beak down onto the Galtrix's horn, and quickly drag both of your talons across its front before releasing and jumping back. Its carapace is hard, but you still did damage. You can see visible slice marks along its front where sort of acidic green blood is sort of pooling out, and it thrashes a bit, shards of its carapace flying all over. All right. Let's see. I forgot to subtract MP from Mika's use of arrow, so let me do that real quick.
Yeah, you gotta have to subtract 5 from mine for my last fire spell.
Yep.
The damn beast is still willing to fight on.
Well, big predators like this don't give up.
All right, well,
This thing just don't die.
Does
Mika-
Mika have anything else?
Well,
she
she's
can
going to.
shoot at?
Well, again,
Yeah.
she's going to put her hand on her book, and when she pulls her hand up, you see a ring made up of several small pearls of light rising up from the pages. She extends her hand out, and the pearls of light suddenly shoot forward, take up positions around the Galtrix, which looks up at them in confusion. And then from those little pearls of light, a series of pinprick beams of just pure light energy shoot out and pierce the creature from all sides, dealing not a lot of damage,
Ooh.
but it's damage.
Critical.
Was that Dia?
Fair.
That was Dia.
Dia, sorry.
She fires off the shot, and the spell definitely hurts it, and you see more bits of its carapace flying free, but it's not nearly as damaged by that as it would be by your fire spell. So you're able to discern that it doesn't have any elemental weakness or vulnerability or strength against holy damage.
But apparently wind doesn't bother it.
Well, back to its turn.
Uh-oh.
So, it is currently in a short range of both Thanatos and Rocket.
So you're gonna roll to see where it
I'm gonna
attacks?
just...
It's going to lift up both of its blades
Oh.
Well, sort of
And
a,
attack both of them.
Yep, and sort of bring them down in the sort of cross-slash motion to attack both of you on either side. So, yeah, it's going to make a single attack roll. Everyone, what's your avoidance? You two?
5.
11.
Yay.
Oh!
Oh.
Critical fail.
All right.
That explains more of the damage. I mean, probably Rocket just gave it a bad headache.
All right, so what happens is it brings up its claws and it goes to strike down. Thanatos, you quickly bring up the vermilion edge, catch the scythe, and shove it back. And doing that causes it to sort of veer off course a bit, and its blade sort of digs into the ground right in front of Rocket, who jumps back to get away. And the movement sort of causes it to sort of like circle around and wind up over here in the sort of loopy spin, like. And once it comes out of that, it's going to use its movement action to fuck off over here.
We must pursue. That thing must not escape.
Back to the party.
Okay.
Am I currently blocked because of the foliage?
Yep.
If you roll that attack, I'll say you'll have to cut your accuracy bonus in half, but
I'm gonna move first.
Unless you move somewhere to get it, like another tree maybe
How far can I
over
move?
here.
Oh, just halfway. How far can I move?
you can move a medium range, so you could move pretty much anywhere in this sort of circle here.
Yeah, so just
well.
about clip this tree maybe, but yeah.
Well,
just-
I go here, so I actually have a line of sight. Because I go there, I've still got everything in the way. So
Mhm.
So
Alright,
Neothil sort
alright,
of
Nate.
leaps. Neothil leaps from the tree and lands next to Mika.
come on, you stupid. Yes, thank you.
All right, 10.
Hey, you hit something.
No.
What?
Oh.
You fire
This
off
thing
the
has a.
Yep, you fire off the shot, and the Galtrix turns around, and the arrow comes in and just kind of harmlessly scrapes off the side of its head, and it kind of shakes its head a bit. It took no damage from that because that was one shy of its armor class.
Bugger!
Yes, it is.
Of
a
its
bugger.
armor class, that was.
That
That
was.
was
Avoidance.
a hit. Yeah, I was gonna say
It's avoidance.
armor class isn't coming to it. It's
Man.
avoidance,
I mean,
never.
armor class is the term in D&D that's synonymous with avoidance.
Okay.
Arrows do insignificant damage to the damn thing. Hey, Thanatos, Rocket, do
Alright.
you want to try to finish this beast off?
Can I still throw a fireball at it, or is it too far?
Where you currently are, you can spend your movement action to get in range. So if you get to about here, you'll be in range. Yeah.
Just move over here.
Right.
Stand back, guys. I'll burn
Got
this
it.
motherfucker.
Hmm. Yes, burn the shit out of it.
Ababoosh.
Bidoosh, that will do.
And that's another 5.
Alright, so what happens? You lift the vermilion edge again, fire gathers on the tip of it, you fire it off, and it strikes the Galtrix in the chest again, and this time, like, the sweltering heat is just too much. It's the front of its chest just explodes open, and the flames dig their way into its body. The Galtrix thrashes for a second before falling to the ground at a crumpled heap, its chitin splitting open, snapping and popping like popcorn as the flames work their way through its innards and burn it to death from the inside out. And that, my friends, is the end of that monster.
Da 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 dun, da da.
Yep.
Fantastic job, Thanatos.
I contributed nothing.
Well, it was a flying monster and rather quick, so we're gonna just talk it up to it's hard to hit with an arrow.
Well done. Now let me see.
Its avoidance was 11.
Hmm.
What
That
dropped
is a
we
high
get?
one.
Now then, let's get you healed up and make sure you haven't suffered any nasty effects from its bite.
Eh,
Drops
just
do we get?
What?
I was like, can we go scavenge it and see if we can get anything interesting off it?
For defeating it, everyone gets a point of destiny.
Oh, there's
Mhm.
that.
Okay. That works for me.
On.
I now have enough destiny for 2 limit breaks.
That was technically.
Although-
Yep, that was a boss you just fought, technically. So.
I mean, so is there
As for
like-
actually looting it, it's pretty much just a charred mess at this point. So unless you want some useless coal, there's not really much you could loot from this sucker.
Aw.
Mhm.
Hey,
There you
Thanatos, that's
go.
your meal to for tonight if you want. Pre-cooked and everything. Lucky you.
I'm allergic to bug.
Me, somewhere in another universe, BB has just taken great offense to something.
Is everything out of my mouth apparently now a racist?
I was joking.
And just feel grateful that you're all healed up. Again.
I mean, we would only be mad at you if you joked about eating BB.
So, yep.
Yep.
Tone,
You don't
I
seem
get
to
all my
suffer
health
any
back.
nasty
Yep, you're healed.
You don't seem to suffer any nasty infection. And we dealt with the creature flawlessly. Sort of.
You know, now that I think about it, Tone, is this the first time that someone's tried to poison me? Because I feel like someone's tried before.
Nope, I was the one that got
Snogwin.
poisoned hugely.
I mean, the high Snogwin, did it ever take a
tried.
shot at me?
I think it tried, I'm not sure.
Not
Oh,
really,
then
no. It poisoned the
was
crap
that-
out of me and
When
munched
there was
on
that
me.
time that Saran tried to silence me.
Back on track, is there anything else in this area, like signs of more chocobos, human survivors, or otherwise? Taken
That's why I'm doing the word test.
Yeah, go ahead and roll awareness checks, everyone.
Awareness, be on my side, oh please.
12.
12.
No need to sing it.
11. God damn it!
Why are you complaining?
12's
These are some
all
good
around.
rolls.
I know, but 12's my lucky number.
No, it's not.
Yep. And now we
And I've got Oogie Boogie's 11, and so is Rocket.
So we got a spread of 12s and 11s.
Nice.
The difficulty target for this was 7, so yeah. Spreading out, and with Mika letting out another gust of Dia to put out the flames before they cause any trouble. You spread out and scour the area, and after a short time, you do find You find a bunch of corpses off, or mangled remnants of corpses further in the tree line up here.
Shit.
Looks like we're too late.
Looks like they
How many bodies are there, and would it be like?
2.
Would it coincide? Well, how many people would have been working at lumber mill? Do we think?
There were 2, as you recall. It was like a man and his wife.
So yeah.
This is unfortunate.
Well, we need to go back and report this.
That thing laid a trap. That's smart.
I'm not sure it was a trap more than it was a leftover.
It left
was
it
still in the
alive.
It was alive, therefore it was bait.
And then it jumped out at us as soon as we tried to deal with it.
But I wouldn't be surprised.
Could be.
Mika sort of looks at the corpse again.
It's also possible it was just saving it for a snack. It was wounded, so the chocobo couldn't really get anywhere, but the Galtrix didn't want it rotting, so it made sure the wound wasn't immediately fatal.
I don't really think it matters now either way. We need to bury this lot.
I was gonna say, let's honor them by giving them burial.
That's your new favorite phrase, isn't it? I was going to say.
Quite possibly.
First it was you could say, now it was I was going to say.
If he sees a new one.
You're saying that phrase a lot this session.
Alright, well. What you guys are doing?
Burying the 2 mangled bodies? Yes.
Alright. Alright, you make your way. Carry the bodies back to the farm, I'm assuming. Back to the mill. Bury them in their home. You make your way back, and it's middle afternoon by the time you arrive, and you spend, maybe half an hour to an hour getting a spot cleared out and some graves dug and filled in, and Mika goes out of her way to get some planks of wood lying around to set up some rudimentary grave markers, cross shape.
Don't take anything from the mill. They may still have family who will want to reclaim their stuff.
Mace made it look decent.
Did
I
what we
guess.
could.
it'll do until they've been informed. What time of day is it currently?
It's about 4 or 5 p.m. at this point. You spent a good few hours making your way to the windmill, and really spent the last hours following after the Galtarex, fighting it, and then burying the bodies. So about 4 or 5 p.m. somewhere in there.
Not so sure I want to hang out in this place. I say we get the cart ready, hit the road until we find a good place to return to camp.
Good idea.
Yes. Besides, there could be more of them giant insects around here, and I hate to stick around.
Considering what Mika said about them, they were solitary and they were territorial, so I doubt there's any more around.
As far as we know, the business is done. Load up. We're going.
Mm-hmm.
Spend a few hours making your way south after that, and eventually at around 8 p.m. the sun goes down, the winter weather, the clouds that I mentioned before finally roll in and weather the horizon. Cloud, or the sky rather. And the air gradually starts getting colder and colder. Eventually you find yourselves back at the same spot you used to camp the previous night.
Nee, you taking first watch?
Yeah, same order as last time.
Yep. Sounds like a plan.
Usual procedure. But first, Mika, can I talk to you a minute?
Sure.
The rest of you go and get some rest. It won't take long.
Okay.
Of course, I could use a good rest.
So, what's up?
Nee has led her towards the same tree she found the night before and kind of leans on it. So, how about the offer? With the added bonus of proving a certain human wrong.
She looks at the tree for a moment, looks at you, and then like sort of hers perk up as she gets the realization, like,
Right?
sort of rolls back the sleeves on her shirt for a moment, and then is going to make an athletics check to try and climb the tree effectively. Oh dear.
He's gonna be ready
Boy.
in case.
So she gets a running start and leaps up, but she kind of misjudged the angle, and so while she manages, so she sort of latches onto it about halfway up, she gets stuck and doesn't really know where to put her anything. It's like,
Where
Nee's
goes
gonna help
here?
her up
okay.
to the high branch that
Alright,
Nee likes to use.
I can imagine Thanatos is just slowly chuckling in his sleep.
You know nothing, you're asleep, shut up.
He's not asleep yet. You guys are still setting up. He's still rolling out his bedrolls. Like, he is actually. You're all seeing this.
Anyway, we won't have to roll to help her.
We'll say for the purposes of this that you won't need to. You climbed this tree before. You know what you're doing. So you help her up, and before long and before any more embarrassment can befall either of you, you're situated on the branch and you're higher up and looking out.
Don't say anything, Thanatos.
I'm not. I'm tired as fuck.
All of you, shut up. Anyway, you comfortable?
As comfortable as I can be sitting on a shaky branch.
It's not so bad. It is, well, I'm saying most elven children get quite proficient at climbing trees. Over there is lots of forest.
So I've heard.
I suppose we're living up to that stereotype. But on the bright side, Nee says, pointing up at the night sky, you get a much better view.
If only it wasn't cloudy.
Well, it clears up. Helps pass the time. Various constellations. I don't really know much of myself. I think I've mentioned Skalala. She was always the random trivia book thing.
Yeah, you've mentioned her.
What about you? Do you know any?
Constellations?
Yeah.
Any
Any sort of Mithra specific ones?
one or two. Not Mithra specific, but I do know a few.
Sort of looks at the sky for a couple minutes and then lifts a hand to point.
If there weren't clouds in the sky, then if I'm getting the hour right, then right about there, right there would be this long string of stars in this kind of squiggly pattern, and that's supposed to be a constellation of Leviathan himself.
Leviathan.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. OC. Leviathan's the god of the ocean and all that, and
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
especially.
Yeah, in the context of the world of Eno, Leviathan is the god of the ocean and the messenger of the gods to mortals.
Just making sure it's all the same. Well, suitable. You have been in Leviathan's domain quite a lot recently.
Born and raised. I think on the other side of the sky,
She kind of shifts a bit on the branch and points sort of into the forest.
there weren't a forest blocking the view, then there'd be this it'd be like 3 vertical lines of stars with a few surrounding them that kind of look like Ramu.
You're a lot more knowledgeable than stars than me.
I've had to pass the time between lessons somehow, and constellations were one of a few things I could look at. My mom's
Nancy.
actually the one who pointed out Ramu to me.
Sounds like it was a nice time.
Very much.
I'm sorry about earlier.
Hmm?
Back at the city.
You mean,
I'm not sick.
you got...
She immediately puts the back of her hand onto your forehead.
And he pouts at her.
Could you make me an acting check really quick?
Oh boy. 7.
Oh.
All right, and she's gonna roll finesse to see if she sees through your thinly veiled bullshit.
She's not bullshitting. She just she said that she's not sick, and when she put the hand on her head, she just pouted.
There's a good chance.
You said
she doesn't
you said you weren't sick.
I said, I'm not sick, and then when she put a hand on her head, she pouted.
Oh, I misheard you. I thought you said I was sick. I was like, oh, that's why I
No.
didn't do the back. Okay,
Oh.
okay. My bad. I misheard. That's my mistake. Never mind. She doesn't do the back of the hand thing. She tilts her head.
Okay, then... Why?
I still don't want to speak of it, at least not until Academy City.
Does it have something to do with the woman in dark?
No. Gods, no. I hope they don't see her for a while. This is something for you.
She tilts her head to one side, raises an eyebrow.
Really?
Yeah, I've got plans.
She slowly blinks, tilts her head the other way,
Mhm.
sort of narrows her eyes in that cat-like way of silently judging you.
Big
Oh.
evil plans that I can't tell you because that would ruin the surprise.
And slowly straightens back up. One of her ears flicks. Her tail swishes a bit.
I'll take your word for it.
I mean, you could always take a few guesses what it might be, and I could tell you how far off you are.
Can I get any hints?
I mean,
Mm.
I hope you really, really like it.
That's not helpful.
That is not a hint.
And that is the point.
I don't want to give too much away.
Is
I
it
mean,
a new
I'm-
book? Because I really like books.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
And then her Twilight.
Not this time, though. I'll keep that in mind.
She's so twilighting.
Is it a fancy bookmark?
You are too cute.
Her cheeks kind
A
of puff
book
up as her
stab.
face starts to turn a bit red.
But
it
the
a
point is,
Is it a club so I can cudgle you for embarrassing me?
no, but do you need that?
You're right.
She pulls out her book and thwacks you on the back of the head with it.
I got this.
I get the point. The point is, I'm trying to put a lot of thought into it, so sorry if I'm being a bit jumpy. I want to... Whatever this is, I don't want to screw it up.
Puts her book away, and she pulls out the book on blue magic, flips it open.
Finished reading this a while ago, but I think I might go through some of it again. Mind if I share your watch?
I wouldn't mind a refresh
All right.
in a little while.
All right.
He sort of leans back a bit against the trunk of the tree itself, so she's not at any risk of falling down. And while periodically looking up at the world around to make sure she's helping you stay attentive, she starts quietly reading off from the book again. So, this is the point where we roll awareness checks for first watch.
Alright.
I don't need a club, I got a book.
I don't need a clock.
I'm a kid book.
Conk. Oh, that was funny.
That was the point. So, watch passes without issue. Who's taking second? Thanatos?
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me awareness, Thanatos.
Fuck.
Oh.
Yeah, lucky
Are
for
we
you,
gonna have to turn off?
lucky for you, the night passes without event for you, Thanatos.
Your master hasn't come
Thanatos?
up and grabbed your cloak and snatched you out of the tree. Why aren't you paying attention, you little shit?
I thought you were
Hey,
going to have us deafen
hey.
ourselves so you could do another scene.
No.
Okay. Anyway, for Thanatos, if you're done
It was
daydreaming, it's my turn.
awareness, Alistair.
Could have been better.
It's all 3 better than Thanatos's. Yeah, your watch passes without incident. Rocket, your turn. Roll me awareness.
Turn!
Whee!
Nice.
7.
11.
Alright. Oh, your watch passes without incident. Seems to be going just fine. Morning comes. And the clouds are still hanging overhead. Giving them a look, you get the impression that while this is some pretty dense cloud cover, it doesn't look like the sort to immediately start putting things down, at least not for the time being. You're not in any danger of rain or snow, but you're just caught in the middle of some more gray atmosphere than would be ideal.
Morning, everyone. Sleep well?
Yeah.
Good.
Mika kind of does a stretch as she gets up.
Yeah. Morning.
Well, slept quite peacefully for the cold. Makes a change. Though we should probably get a move on soon. I'd like to get back to the city before this could get worse.
Same.
Jinx.
Sky looks miserable today, just like yesterday.
Unless the weather improves, any future jobs you take should probably be a bit closer to home.
A little rain never hurt anybody.
It's not the rain, it's winter, it's snow, which could bog down the cart if it gets heavy enough. But
Yep. Snow and carts do not go well together.
Of course, there could be snowballs.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't trust you guys with snow around me.
Oh, don't worry.
No worry. It's only a preventive
You'll be
measure for
fine.
any further slightly off-putting remarks.
Hmm.
Be aware, I can shoot fire.
Back of the neck.
Mika sort of rubs her hands together and cackles evilly to herself under her breath.
Hmm.
Alright.
Mm.
Setting back
Just
off.
back up and set up.
Alright. You get your things together, back into the wagon, you get Rocket hitched up again, and you set off and make the return trip to Lolito.
Hmm. I have a
Your
question,
current
Rocket.
location,
When we ever do get to the Academy City, what are you going to do?
What am I gonna do?
Hmm.
See if there's anybody that knows magic tech there, probably.
Hmm.
Yeah, probably that. I need to find this organization again. There's
Hmm.
something that has to be done.
Well, if you're looking for information, I'm sure the Academy is perfect for it.
I would hope so.
That brings up the question, Alicia. What are you planning on doing?
I think that'd be obvious. I need to retune my skills, learn more spells for combat-wise. Healing is good and all, and defensive spells, but there's only so much it can do against powerful foes.
You're a meat sponge and a healer. What do you need combat spells for?
It's always good to have a variety, Fanatec.
Too much variety means that you're not focused on one particular
Hmm.
skill.
Yes, which I was a bit foolish to realize it now. So really?
Oh, I'll be happy so long they have an experienced blue mage who actually has some answers.
Which is why I'm hoping to find my old friend. She's bound to have a load of books lying around, not to mention she's always been better with attacks and all that. I
Maybe
just
we
hope
can-
she doesn't. I just hope she doesn't get me to evolve her latest new spells. Because not only because I'm worried she may overpush herself since she's a blue mage, but sometimes she tends to test out certain abilities on me for shits and giggles.
Seems
like
that
her
Nova
already.
is going to be a prolonged stay for a lot of us. If not all of us.
But besides her quirky personality, I think you're all going to get along with her if she's there still.
Hey, if she enjoys experimenting on you, I'm certain we'll get along.
Mm-hmm. Of course, she does worry I overdo it. I kind of basically say, whatever you want me to help you with, I'm happy to oblige, but I was not aware she was going to use me as a test subject. Although when she got to know me, she's surprised I'm not a fire mage because of my rage, which I'm coming to terms with. Although saying that, she says if I was a fire mage, I'd burn down the whole academy.
You mean Black Mage?
It's just... right.
Yeah, let's leave the black magic to me, okay?
And you're going to be there for quite some time, aren't you, Mika? You're studying.
That's the plan. I plan on enlisting as a student.
A lot of us all have prolonged business. We're probably going to have to find living conditions that are no more a bit more convenient than a tavern.
Well,
I reckon you do fine, Mika.
Yeah, and
Well, it's
Alistair,
a
you
city.
and Alistair, you do know that at least for students, living accommodations are provided for students. For people who aren't students, like again, as mentioned before, there are like a few taverns and inns and a few hotels where people can stay, but generally speaking, it doesn't openly provide housing for non-students, like prolonged housing.
Yes, I'm aware.
Yeah, because while it's a massive place, it's big enough to be a city, it is still at its core a school.
Which is why I was going to bring up this. So, Vanatos, if you want to actually get in there, you have to sign up as a student.
Yeah, I'm not much.
Him,
I'm
a
not much.
student?
I'm not much for academics.
We'll figure living spaces out.
Now
bit too-
that being said, Alistair, You do recall that on rare occasion, exceptions can be made. You don't know if your group would constitute as such, but you do know it has and can happen.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll make a special exception for the people that saved Soul Marasu.
Anything's possible, as long as Thanatos doesn't do anything he shouldn't.
Worst
And get
case
us all
scenario.
kicked out.
As long as
scenario.
nobody starts anything, I don't give a shit.
Just
case scenario.
please don't start fights. If you do get in, promise me you won't start fights. That's a big hit.
Now, Alice here. I don't start fights. I finish them.
That's even worse.
I love this script so much.
Worst case scenario. Mika, I hope you have a really big couch.
Ooh!
Do they have couches at the Academy City?
You're asking me?
No, she's turning to Alistair to ask that. And then the correct answer is, it depends if the student brought one or not. The typical dorms don't usually come with them.
So I'm afraid it
Used
depends.
to the
Then we'll
floor.
buy a couch. Multiple. Pretty enough kill.
And who, pray tell, will carry this couch?
I vote you, considering this is where you came from.
Thanks for volunteer, Thanatos.
Bloodborne PTSD intensifies.
Whatever the case. I think we're in a good time once we get to Anomo.
Indeed.
Bunch of eggheads. Yeah, that'll be great.
Better be smart than no brain at all, my friend. Sometimes brute strength and force is not enough alone. You do need knowledge.
I have knowledge of how to kick ass. That's all I need.
You proved you might need a little
Oh.
more at the docks back in Paraton when you made your grand entrance.
I got it. You can align to work on your alphabetic skills. How does that
Thanatos
sound?
does so love to jump for his opportunities.
I suggest maybe a medium armor.
Sploosh.
That might help you a bit.
Thanatos just starts slowly walking forward ahead.
Well, you're not walking, we're in a cart. Remember?
I get off and walk.
Don't trip.
Bye, Thanatos. Have a great time.
Don't get hit
Anyway.
by a cart.
And we're here.
This ain't very low now.
A short time after that, as it's getting later into the evening, you finally arrive back in Loloto. You cross the big bridge. And it's more or less a similar sort of people from the first time you crossed the bridge are still out and about, although most of them have either gone into the city to find inns and taverns or have their own little like personal tent set up where they're camping for the night. And you pass by the guy, the stall with the chocobo trader. Who's currently seems to be in the process of giving his black chocobos one last brush down before they go to bed for the night. And they're also already sort of laying down and tucked down on little makeshift beds of straw, and he's just running a brush over them, muttering to them as you're passing by.
Well, before we try and hit the hay, we should probably find our employer and report what happened. They can deal with that from there. In the long run.
Yep. Yes, tell them the unfortunate news. We're a bit too late to save people, but at least we saved Chocobo, I guess.
Since it was a general bounty report, like the city guard or something.
Yeah, it was put out by the city watch. You'd want to go to the captain of the guard.
Off to the barracks then.
And I'd quickly unstrap Rocket from the wagon.
Yeah, all right.
There you go. That's much be better for you. You're welcome. Let's talk to the captain.
Making your way through the streets, you eventually locate the guard barracks. It's a sizable building, well made, similar architecture to the rest of it, if a bit more a bit less gnarled and twisty like the rest of the sort of tree-like architecture. It's a bit more rigid, mostly for practicality's sake by the looks of it.
So we could ask around and locate this office of the captain of the guard, wherever he might be.
Well, you step in through the front doors, and you enter into sort of a reception area where there's a desk towards the back and a couple doors off to either side. Behind the counter, you see a Tarafel man kind of dozing off, finishing off some paper. He looks up at you as you enter, and just immediately, like, just sags a bit, like, cast, right. Moves his things aside, gets up, waves. Greetings. What can I do for you?
We're
We
here
hear
to
about
claim
that
the
bounty. We hear about that bounty on the lumber mill.
Ah, right. So, one that's been silent for a while. I assume you'll want to speak with the guard captain about that?
Indeed.
All right.
Not all good news, I'm afraid.
Well, he should be in his office. He's going to be going home in like 20 minutes, so I'll go fetch him. Stands up, turns around and sort of waddles back to a door behind the desk. A couple minutes pass in silence before he comes back, and you hear much larger footsteps behind him, sort of thumping and sort of having to crouch down to get through the door. You see a big hulking gulka of a man enter. He has red skin, bulging muscles. He's dressed in armor. He sort of looks up at you. All right. My receptionist tells me that you have word about the quiet lumber mill.
Yes. The good news is we have dealt with the creature that Bother did. Yes.
Yeah, how about
Mika,
we
you wish to explain?
What was the creature called again?
A Galterix.
Well, that's why I asked Mika.
A Galtex.
Mika kind of steps forward.
We went and checked it out and found the lumber mill more or less torn apart. We followed some chocobo tracks from the site and came across, the family's chocobo injured, the actual mill workers both killed, and a giant Galterix looming over their corpses. And we had to deal with the Galterix. It's dead now.
We buried both their bodies back at the mill, though we left the mill and all of their possessions untouched if they have any close relation.
And made it look clean as possible.
The Galka slowly nods his head. I see. All right. Weren't expecting there to be some sort of large creature.
Never had trouble with them before?
We have, but never this close to Lolato. I can only assume as to why they decided to loom this close this time.
Maybe the poachers have been pushing them further out of their normal territory.
Possible, I suppose. I caught word that the poacher gang was dealt with, though.
Oh.
Yes.
Though this thing turned up the lumber mill before that, so
Very well, then.
it was weeks ago.
Alright.
That's both problems dealt with.
Alright, well. Follow me, then. I'll get your payment sorted out. He turns around and sort of crouches back down to get through the doorway. This guy is clearly way bigger than the architecture this place was designed for.
No comments.
And the receptionist nods after him and goes back to the paperwork on the desk.
Things otherwise busy around this city?
Go talk to the captain and get your payment.
Friendly.
Look, I'm sorry, it's been a long day. I just want to go home and take a nap, alright?
That's understandable. Come on, guys, let's leave him do his work.
Yeah, through the door. A couple of you have to crouch a little bit to get through. And eventually you are led to the captain's office, and he's currently sifting through some stuff on his desk, which is mercifully his size, though it's very much disproportionate to the rest of the room scale. He sort of sifts around for a bit. All right. The original idea was 500 gil total, but since there was a large monster involved, I'll happily bump that up to 1,000 total for your troubles.
Oh,
That sounds
That'd be
good. to
most
me.
appreciated.
thank
Thank
you.
you, Captain.
It's most generous.
He tosses a pretty thick coin purse onto the table. If I'm not mistaken, if you're the sort to divide that up evenly amongst yourselves, that'll be 200 gil per person.
That
Sounds
is
about
true.
right.
Although,
Now,
Mika, how much gil do you have?
Only 148.
Oh. Do you think we should... I mean, we got plenty of gil as it is.
Hey, I did my share of the work, so did you, and I think we should split it evenly.
Okay, then. Just saying, if you ever need a little help with gil, you know who to ask.
Alright.
You're distributing it evenly?
any of us,
Yep.
and he replies to Alistair with a slight raised eyebrow his way.
Why, yes, of course. That means you too, Thanatos.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Good.
Right. Oh, so everyone gets 200 new gil.
Okay.
The captain nods his head. Alright. Now then, just so that we have names out of the way, what are your names?
Knee.
Last
Phil.
name? Alright.
Rocket.
Interesting talking birds, but alright.
Everyone just calls me Alasaya.
Right.
Thanatos.
Mika.
Alright. And I'm Captain Gaston Vorks.
Pleasure to meet you, Captain. If you ever need any help, we're happy to oblige.
We'll be here for another week at least. Well, 5 days at minimum.
I'll keep that in mind. As for now, I will need to send some people to validate the statements you've brought forward, so where are you staying? In the event that something is found wrong with the statements you've provided, I'll need someone to go by and ask you for clarification.
We're staying at an inn, I believe. No.
I forget the name of it off the top of my head, so yeah, give
Me
that.
too.
You know, just say the Lalato Inn. There was some trouble.
Your men will find the charred corpse of the beast a little way into the woods if you follow the chocobo tracks. Find the actual graves in the mill itself.
Right, takes the notes.
Mhm.
Right.
And tell them to
Noted.
be careful. We know they're solitude creatures, but there could be a chance there could be another one out there.
Duly noted. Alright.
It's unlikely though.
I believe that concludes our business here. You should be getting a move on. The barracks are about to close down for public visiting for the day.
Captain,
Of course.
one question I wanted to ask, and then we'll leave you to your work.
I had a feeling this would come up.
We ran into the poachers we ran into. They were led by a Bonga, who I now know was named Nargul. Did you... He was carrying this symbol, and I show him the cloth.
Right.
Have you noticed anybody else around town with it?
He looks it over for a moment. And then he,
Damn.
Here. I think I've seen one other person a couple weeks ago.
I take it they're not here anymore?
They are not.
Any idea where they went?
I can only tell you that they left through the east gate, meaning they were probably heading towards the Tarlo forest, deeper into the country. Beyond that, I don't know where they went.
Tarlo Forest, that's on the way to Onoma, isn't it?
Indeed. Thank you for your time, Captain.
He was a human, in case you're interested.
Thank you for your time, Captain. We won't keep you any longer.
Have a nice day.
Well, and he gets back to his work. And I forgot to get rid of the turn order window.
Yeah, that's been up for a while.
I forgot to get rid of that when the fight was over. Whoops.
At this point,
It's
we should
okay.
probably leave the barracks before they get antsy, but when we do get out, Nee's going to give Thanatos a questioning look.
Oh? I leave you to be.
Well, it's just that this might concern all of us. I understand if you don't want to divulge personal reasons, but since it seems we're going to be chasing up this symbol of yours, is there anything we should know that might put the rest of us in danger?
Just know this. If you ever run into anybody with this wearing this symbol, don't trust them.
I gather that from the poacher.
There are far worse.
Thanks for the warning, Thanatos.
Just please, if something does happen with this group of yours, don't leave us in the dark if you need help. And don't drag us into a mess without telling us at least what you're getting us in first. That's all I ask.
If this keeps escalating like it is, I'll try to leave you guys out of it. This isn't your concern.
It became our concern when you became our friend.
The way I see it, if it's your problem, it's our problem too. And we can take it on together.
Maybe.
Thanatos,
for now.
yeah, sir, Thanatos, as they're saying that, you hear just faintly in the back of your head, "I told you so."
Squeaks?
None of the rest of you hear that. Only Thanatos hears that.
No. The inner voice.
I'm thankful for your concern, but it's something that I just need to take care of.
There's no harm in a little help, and that's all I'm saying.
All I can say is, if you'd bear in mind, if a certain individual from my dreams turns up, I would rather have you guys there than not. Think of it this way.
Thanks.
Extra firepower can't hurt. But enough of that, we should turn in.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Yep.
Just think on it. That's all we ask.
Make your way back to the Lolato Inn. Stepping in, you don't see any signs of Inada there. Probably up sleeping in his room for the night. The barkeep, gestures at Rocket as you're coming in. I said 1 night.
Okay.
Where will you go tonight, Rocket?
Is there like a barn or something, or somewhere to come?
You could ask the Babel guy from earlier. We could pay him to house Rocket for the time being if you're comfortable with that, and think you'd be all right.
We probably should have done that back on the bridge.
The reason I had you guys pass him.
The rest of you go to sleep. I'll head with Rocket, get it sorted.
Okay. Thanks, Nee.
All right.
The rest of you, get some rest. It's gonna be a long week. Nee says, specifically looking at Mika. A small smile.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Thanatos just silently...
Mika notices the look you give her, but doesn't comment on it for now.
Thanatos just silently goes up to the bar. Just, whiskey, please.
Alright. As you're getting yourself a shot or few of whiskey, Rocket and Nee set off from the inn and start making their way towards stable area. The Black Chocobo merchant, rather, is what he was.
As we're going,
And how much gil is it?
with
For the whiskey, 20 gil per shot glass.
Alright.
as we're going, like in the wake of these own words and conversation with Thanatos, she's going to say, "Hey, Rocket, while we're going, can I talk to you about something?"
Okay.
Thanatos knows, Mika knows, you and Alicia probably should too, though between us, okay?
Okay.
So, where do I begin with the fact that I've been seeing someone in my dreams? And as we're going, Nee will explain the whole thing that's already been explained a million times.
Yeah.
On the way to the stables.
Oh, that's what's been going on.
So so casual about it. All things complicated.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like it.
We're all
No idea who that person is.
You're not there.
is silently in your ear.
Shush. Let me have the character moment.
Damn it.
So what was it Rocket said? I missed it because
I said, that's what's been going on.
After that.
Oh, no idea who that person is.
neither do I, that's the problem. She seems familiar. The best way I can describe it. You know how you felt back in that forest where everything seemed like you should know it, but you didn't?
Yes.
It was just that. Exactly that.
Maybe a bit of nostalgia or something. That forest could very well have been where I came from.
For
Though
all
I
I
don't
know.
really remember.
For all I know, that woman's where I came from. She says with a half-joking, half-incredibly nervous chuckle. But,
Could be.
well, I won't know until I get to a Nomo.
True. I hope everything goes well.
Same for you, with your hunters. But that's why you're with us. It would be idiots to try it. I
What?
think it would. Sorry,
Oh, go ahead.
say that. I was just going to
You're
ask him something. Do you speak in character first?
Okay.
So what you were going to say in character?
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, I was glad to see Enon and his family alive. So, it does leave me with a difficult decision.
Decision? What do you mean?
There's something I have to do. The people who made me like this, they're not going to give up chasing me. They're not going to give up killing. They're not going to give up hurting or destroying other people. So, if I could ever find their base, the best option would be to destroy it. Destroy the whole organization.
That's a big ask in a sea of already lots and lots of big asks.
Indeed. It's not going to be an easy task, especially with cyborg armies. Or cyborg soldiers, I know.
Let's focus on what we can do for the time being.
Okay.
Anyway, I think that's the stables over there. We can talk about it another time. You need
Alright.
sleep.
Indeed.
Alright. Sorry about that. Make your way over. And, sure enough, there's the Chocobo merchant guy, sort of a...
What was his name?
I never gave him one. None of you ever asked. He looks up as you're approaching. Tills his head.
Oh, hello. Wasn't expecting to see you again.
Hey there, I don't think we ever got your name.
Oh, it's Barani.
Barani. Well, the inn we were staying at is no longer accepting rockets, so we were hoping that we could pay you some gil to house her for while we're here. Just on the nights only.
He hides his disappointment clearly.
All right. So I suppose I've got the extra space. 30 gil per night, probably. Be suitable
Okay,
enough.
that sounds fair.
At least you're getting her in your stables this way, so you get to ask her all the questions you want, as long as she allows it.
Oh, I have many.
I think you have a bit of a fan, Rocket.
Indeed.
You have a lot of those. Always of you and just being the joy of everyone's worlds.
Oh.
There was these couple of kids back in Marasu that she apparently befriended. But I don't know too much about that.
The gil, please.
Okay, here you go.
All right.
He gives him the gil.
I'll pay half of it for this first night.
Yeah, so you both lose 15.
You sure? I don't mind.
I'm sure I have some gil to spare.
Right, you both check out 15 gil. And he takes it happily and
Okie dokie. Let me show you the spare straw bat I got.
Okay.
All right.
Will you be alright from here, Rocket? I should head back.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Thanks for listening, and we'll find the source of each other's problems at some point.
We will.
Look after her, Nee says to... I've forgotten his name already. Him.
Barani Makata.
Barani. Yes.
No, forget the fucking... Damn it. There we go.
But yeah, Nee tells him to look after her.
I will. Don't worry.
And with that, she's back off to the inn to go to her own bed.
All right. Well, with that in mind then, so yeah, Neothil heads back to the Lolato Inn, and Rocket is shown a straw bed with, a nice sort of canopy over it to protect it from the elements. You settle down for the night, and Neothil, as you're making your way through the dark and quiet streets in the night, your way lit by the occasional street-side lamp, and otherwise pretty much totally dark. As you're passing under one of those lamps, a stray snowflake passes in front of you. You pause briefly and look up, and it's starting to snow. Chilly breeze washes through, makes you shiver a bit. You instinctively, sort of bundle up a bit in your clothes, and then you look down, and for just a split second, you see the dark woman ahead of you. Alarmed, you blink, and she's gone.
Not tonight.
And that you carry on back to the Lolato Inn, and I think that's a good place for us to call it for the night. Or for the day, rather.
Well, it's night for me.
Hey.
Well, I mean, it's 2 p.m. for me, so...
It's 20 past 10 for me.
All right, so...
Hey.
Thank you all for
Next
turning
session,
up.
I just need to grab Alistair and fill him in on the issue as well. And everyone knows.
Well, it's fun, everyone, so thanks very much for tuning in. Thanks to the players for showing up and playing. It was good fun. So, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Final Fantasy D6 Chronicles of Eno. We'll see you next time. Hopefully it'll only be a week for us, but you never know. Schedules are hard to deal with sometimes. So, we'll see you next time, people. Keep listening.
Ta-ra.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
The adventure
Me
continues
you.
next time.